All right, Acts chapter 23. And Paul earnestly beheld the council of men, and brethren, I have lived in all good commerce before God until this day. And the high priest Aras commanded them that stood by him to smite him on the mouth. Then said Paul unto him, God shall smite thee, thou whitened wall, for sit thou to judge me after the law, and commit me to submit country to the law. And they that stood by said, Reveal that God's high priest. Then said Paul, I was not, brethren, that he was the high priest, for it was written, Thou shalt not speak evil of the ruler of thy people. But when Paul perceived that the one part of were Satyrus and the other prayers, he cried out in the council, and brethren, I am praised, hope a recreation of the dead. I am called in question. And when he had so said, there arose a distortion between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and multitude was divided. For Sadducees say that there is no recreation, neither angel nor spirit, but the Pharisees confess both, and there arose a great cry, and the scribes that were of the Pharisees part armed and strove, saying, We have found no evil in the man, but if the spirit of an angel has spoken to him, let us not fight against God. And when there arose great decision, the chief captain had feared lest Paul should have been pulled in pieces of them, commanding in the soldier to go down and take him by force from among them, and to bring him into the castle. And the night following, the Lord stood by him and said, Be of good cheer, Paul, for as thou hast testified of me in Jerusalem, so must thou bear witness as I Rome. And when it was day, certain of the Jews band together and bound themselves, laundering a curse, saying that they would neither eat nor drink till they killed Paul. And they were more than 40, which had made this conspiracy, that they came to chief priests and elders and said, We have bound ourselves under a great curse, and we will eat nothing until we have slain Paul. Now that therefore ye with the council significance to the chief's captain, that he had bring him down unto you tomorrow, as though ye would inquire something more perfectly concerning him. And we, or ever he come near, are ready to kill him. And when Paul's sister son heard of their living in what, he went and entered into the castle and told Paul. Then Paul called one of the centurions unto him, and said, Being this young man unto the chief captain, for he had a certain thing to tell him. So he took him and brought him to the chief captain, and said, Paul, the prisoner, called me unto him, and prayed me to bring this young man unto the who had something to say unto thee. Then the chief captain took him by the hand, and went with him aside privately, and asked him, What is it thou hast to tell me? And he said, The Jews have agreed to desire thee, that thou wouldest that being down Paul tomorrow into the council, as thou they would inquire something of him perfectly, but do not thou yield unto them, for there lie in wait for him of them more than 40 men, which have bound themselves with an oath that they will never eat nor drink till they kill him. And now are they ready, looking for premier from thee? So the chief captain then let the young man depart, and change him. See thou tell no man that thou hast showed these things to me. And he called unto him 2 creations, saying, Make ready 200 soldiers to go, seers and horsemen. Therefore a 10 spearmen, 200 at the third hour of the night, and provide him boats, that they may set Paul on, and bring him safe unto Felix the governor. And he wrote a letter after this manner: Claudius Larus unto the most excellent governor, Felix saith, Greeting. This man was taken of the Jews, and should have been killed of them. And then came I with an army, and rescued him, having understood that he was a Roman. And when I would have known that cause, therefore they accused him, I brought him forth unto their council, whom I perceived to be accused of question of their law, but to have nothing laid to change worthy of the death or bond. And when it was told me how the Jews laid wait for the man, I sent straightway to thee, and gave commandment to his accusers also to say before thee what they have against him. Farewell. Then the soldiers, as it commanded them, took Paul, and brought him by night, and attempt on the morrow they left the horsemen to go with him, and returned to the castle. Who, when they came to Caesarea, and delivered the epistle to the governor, presented Paul also before him. And when the governor had read the letter, he asked of what preference he was. And when he understood that he was of Syria, I will hear thee say, He, when thine accused are also come, and he commanded him to keep in her judgment hall.